Hey guys, so I am back. I'm so excited to be sitting down and filming. Oops, excuse me. And yeah, it's been a long time. It's also been a long time since I've had foundation on, so it was really fun to put my foundation on and just sort of sit and enjoy that process. So today I am doing a tutorial for a good friend of mine, Jerica. She has an amazing Instagram account. She's one of the most supportive and sweet people ever. I'll put her Instagram just here hopefully, and probably in the description box too. Please go and check her out. She does really cool things and is always such an inspiration and is really like a very nice person. So she asked me to do a sort of a tutorial on a glasses eye makeup look, and so I'm going to do that. I'm going to be doing it with a bunch of new stuff I bought when I was away in New York, so I'll do a haul video right after I finish doing my makeup. I'll do a haul video to talk about those products more in depth. But yeah, I'm going to do a tutorial in this video, and I guess I wanted to start out by saying that this is sort of a my glasses makeup look. I know a lot of other beauty gurus do glasses makeup looks, and they talk a lot about sort of the kinds of foundations you should wear, the colors that sort of might suit you better, sort of doing a dark line versus a light line in your, or a dark color versus light color in your waterline, depending on how the glasses are. This is what works for me, and I don't particularly pay attention to like wearing a mineralized foundation on my face just because I don't take my glasses off, so I don't really worry about whether or not there's going to be some imprints or what have you. So yeah, I'm just going to go through, give my tips and tricks, and do a little bit of a look. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I have already done my foundation and filled in my eyebrows a tiny bit. I just used the Anastasia Brow Wiz to fill them in. I don't have it, like I have pretty full eyebrows as it is, so it's just like where I'm growing them out, I fill them in a little bit. I did that to sort of save us some time, so I'm just going to jump right in and start with the eyes. So the first thing I tend to always do is prime my eyes. So I use the Urban Decay Primer Potion, which you guys have probably seen me use a couple different times. So I just put that all over my lid, and I find that with this stuff it took me a while to sort of get used to it, because a little goes a long way. And like if I put a dot, like I really have a tiny little dot on my hand, but if I put too much and then I feel like I actually have to put that all on my eye, it ends up being sort of chalky and just not pretty and not doing what it should do. So I'm just gonna go all over my lid and work that right in. And I like this stuff as a primer. Like sometimes I've got a couple cream shadows that I'll use as primers sometimes, depending on what colors I'm going to put on my eye. If I'm going with like a neutral goldy base, like the one I'm going to use today, I don't really have a cream shadow that's at that color, so I tend to use this guy. But like you may have seen some of my other tutorials, like the purple eye look that I did. For that one, I had a purple cream shadow, and it just sort of helps intensify the color a little bit more. So I'm gonna then go in with this Bare Minerals, it's in Celestine. I'll show you a close up, but it's one of the new ones that I bought when I was away. So I have never tried their products before, so I'm excited to see what they are, if I can get it out. Okay, victory. So we got it in the cap. I'm just gonna use my 217, are you surprised, to work that in. So this is not what I thought it was gonna be. When I went to buy this color, I swear the color I swatched on my hand, wow, this is pigmented. The color I swatched on my hand was a yellow, and I didn't realize that this color she gave me was not the one I swatched until I got back to the hotel and I had thrown away the receipt and I wasn't going back down to Times Square to return it. So this is actually a really pretty color. It's a nice little, it looks more like gold tone in the pan, but it's showing up like a mauve-y pinky color. So yeah, I've never tried the Bare Essentials products. I mean, I think like way back when I first sort of toyed with the idea of makeup a couple years ago. I tried their sort of face stuff, you know, like the 3-step, whatever it is, the powders. But I've never tried their shadows, and I always am scared of loose shadows and pigment. I don't know, I worry that they're going to be a mess. But so far, I'm liking this. I think you just do have to be careful, because even with a little bit of product in the lid, because it has one of those tops that's like an open top, and then you put it in the lid. Even with a little tiny, like, it's giving me a lot of product. So I think you just have to be careful with that. But yeah. Alright, so what makes this different from normal makeup? You really want to intensify. So I forget to take my own advice a lot of the days, and so my makeup looks a lot more neutral or sort of subdued. But because your glasses are going to be creating a shadow, especially if they're giant clunky ones like mine, you really want to intensify the color more than you would if you weren't wearing glasses. So like a lot of the time when I sort of really take the time and sit and do my makeup, before I put my glasses on, I'm like, oh boy, this is like an intense night look, because I've really packed on the color. But you need to take that extra step to make sure that you can see them really well once you put your glasses on, because it will tone it down, as you guys will see when we get through this. Okay, so that's the first color on sort of all over my lid. And then I tend to then take, or you know what I'm going to do? I forgot to do my crease color. So I'll do it with a color that I also just bought, which is this MAC in Uninterrupted. So I'm going to grab my little crease brush, if I can find it. There it is. I should have done my crease color before, but we will get through this. It's been a while since we filmed. So again, I've been taught, I guess, to start where sort of the arch of your brow is, to find the crease right in there, and then work it around. So I haven't tried this color yet on, like I've swatched it, but I really wanted, this is not blending well. Okay, we'll get through this. I really wanted Bobbi Brown's Camel, because I'd heard a lot about it as sort of a muted, sort of yellow tone, especially for your crease. It was supposed to be really nice. I could not find it for the life of me anywhere, and so I did some Googling and found that MAC has a permanent pro longwear color. It's very, very similar. And so that's what we went with. But it is not blending well. And I don't know if it's because my brushes have just sort of been sitting collecting dirt, and so even, not dirt, sitting collecting dust. So even when I went to put on my foundation, my brushes have been acting up a little bit, and I wonder if it's just because they haven't been cleaned in a couple weeks since I've been gone. So I probably am going to have like a brush cleaning party tonight, because they don't perform as well, and it's not really hygienic, and with flu season upon us, you just want to be as careful as possible. See, it's now blending a little well. Okay, I'm going to keep blending, and I'll do the other eye. I might edit some of this out so I'm not sitting here blending forever. Okay, and we're back. I'm sitting there blending like a crazy person, so it's not very exciting to watch. But I found that, like, when I first started doing my eye makeup, and I was like, why are these looks not panning out? It was because I was just not being patient with it. So I guess my best advice, sorry, I'll look here, not the viewfinder. My best advice is just really to sit and blend and blend and blend. It didn't take too long, it was only a couple minutes, but there's no use in showing me sitting there blending. So the next thing that I'm going to do after we've done that crease color is I'm going to take a color on the outer V, and this is Turquoise. I don't know why I can't speak today. From also Bare Minerals. So this is one of those colors that it was really gorgeous, but I think I'm just going to have to be very careful because it's super pigmented. I'm going to take that on the outer corner, and this is again a 217. It's just a clean one that I picked up. I usually do this with my 239, but I only realized after I put it in the color that this is a 217, so it's all good. Just any brush that you use, sort of short and dense and fluffy, will work. So just, I tend to pat it in and then mix it out, or blend it out. And for a color this sort of bright and pigmented, I'd start slow and build it up, because I've had those moments when I've started really pigmented and then tried to blend out and it's not as much fun. So I'd build progressively. And I tend to do, I know some people do, we've talked about this, one eye after the other. I tend to do both at the same, like one after the other as I'm going, just so that if I change my mind, or if like I start light, I can start light on both, and then if I don't like it, I can darken it on both. I guess makeup is a different process for different people, right? So we all do things in our own ways. But yeah, doing the same thing on the other eye. My left eye always gives me more trouble. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a right-handed thing, or it's I can't see as well through my left eye. But I don't know what it is. Like my crease colors, my outer V colors, it just all doesn't want to play quite as nice. Does that happen to any of you guys? No? Just me? Okay, so like I told you, this might be okay if you're not putting your glasses on, but because my glasses are going to go on top, you're really not going to see that very well. So I'm just going to go back in and add a little bit more on each side, just in the same way, just packing it on and then blending it in. And I've got to say, I'm really loving these Bare Mineral shadows. I mean, it's the faff, as the English say, or the sort of hassle of the extra step of having it be loose and just worrying about excess powder and stuff is probably not the most fun, but the color payoff is really, really pretty. And I haven't felt like I've had too much fallout yet. Like, I mean, I just put it on, but usually if a powder shadow or what have you, or pigment wants to fall out, it'll start pretty early on, just as I'm applying it. Like, I don't need to usually wait throughout the day. So yeah, same thing, other side. Just blend, 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 blend. So when you're finished blending, I usually like to run a bit of the darker color, so usually it's the one I have on my outer V. I like to run it just underneath my waterline. And like I've told you before, I have a lot of trouble with fallout in that area, so I've been sort of playing around. So I'll prime that area a little bit, and then I didn't today though, so I might get some fallout. I use this 212 brush by MAC, which is just a really little tiny flat top brush, and I will put it into my product, which is that turquoise color. Now I can say it. And I'll push it on as close to the lash line as possible. So again, I'm not wearing my glasses, so I'm going to bring my mirror in really nice and close and just push it in. It just adds a little bit of definition to that lower lash line. And then even with the same brush, I'll just go and blend it out. And I've heard that you're supposed to not go past like the middle of the eye with the color, just so you don't close it off too much. So I try to follow that advice. And just blend. And then the same thing again on the other eye. Just press it in. So yeah, don't hesitate to leave me below like what you guys want to see next. This was fun. It's nice to feel like someone wants to see something, so we'll film it. Like, I'll still film the videos I like to film, but it's nice to feel like this is a special video for someone and it's what you want to see. So yeah, so that's that. I usually, the last step I'll take before finishing off with the shadow, I guess, stage, is I'll sometimes add a little bit of a highlight to my brow bone. I don't do this every day, but the one I usually use if I'm going to use one is this Benefit WhatsApp What's Up. What's Up, I think. That's how you pronounce that. This one's just a sample one I got for my Sephora gift on my birthday. I don't know why I can't speak to you guys. I'm really sorry. And I'll just put that on. I like the small. I think the full size isn't this small, so it doesn't fit quite as nicely in your brow bone. So I almost don't want to run out of this guy because I can't buy it again in this size. And sometimes I'll use a brush, but if I'm just applying it really lightly, I can just blend it in. And I guess this is a step that you don't have to go super heavy with. Like the shadow we went really heavy with because it's going to be hidden by the glasses, but your brow bone usually isn't hidden, so you don't have to go super crazy with a shimmer unless you want to, and then go for it. That's that. And then to line my waterline, what I do and what I would recommend to you, Miss Jerica, is to use a light color because it'll really open up your eyes, because you were telling me that when you do makeup and wear your glasses it sort of closes in your eyes. So a light color, this is a white pencil that I bought online from the Mac Pro side of their website, but any cream color or yellow color or just something light that'll help open up those eyes is really helpful. So you just put that straight in your waterline and you're off to the races. I've also found that like on days that I don't want to put anything right inside my waterline, if I just leave it empty, is that the right way to put it? If I just like don't put anything in there, it is better than me putting in a dark liner, because the dark liner will give you that nice smoky effect but also close off your eye. So if you don't want that look, you want nice big bright eyes, I'd put these on. So this is the first time actually doing the white one. I used to use the NARS Rue Bonaparte. It's like a cream color one, which I really like, but this, with this white, it's lovely. It just really gives that pop. The beigey creamy one is just very neutral, but this one really opens up my eyes, which I'm really loving. So yeah. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to mention is that these colors on my eyes, like the shadows, might not be everyone's color, so use whatever you want. Like use a nice color to define your crease, and then whatever color you want on the lid, and then on another one on the V. I use these ones because these are the ones in my haul video that's coming up, so I wanted to put them on my face so you can see them in action. But any color combo works really. With that all done, the last step on our eyes before it's all done is some mascara. So this is a Burberry mascara that I just opened this week, and I will hopefully be doing a review on it soon. And letting you know my thoughts, but whatever mascara you're using, pile that on. You can also curl your lashes before you do this. I am lazy and I don't always curl, so that's just me. And in terms of liner, I will sometimes like do a wing out with my liner. I also do have cat eye glasses, so I feel like a double cat eye sometimes is not necessary, not every day, so I won't do it every day. But it's something that you can do, and I found that it's easier to do your liner first and then your mascara, just because otherwise my lashes are really long and otherwise they're in the way. But the only downside to doing your mascara after you've done your liner is that I get, because I'm not really good at doing my liner, I'll get liner, a little bit of product in my lashes, and so my mascara doesn't always sit as nicely as I'd like it to. It gets like clumpy because there's liner in there. So, problems, so many problems. Yeah, but go on with your mascara, put it on your lashes, top and bottom, and then we are done with the eyes. Did anyone else do anything exciting? I'm sure you guys all did exciting stuff, but let me know down below in the comments what fun stuff you guys did at Christmas. So I was in New York for 2 weeks, which was interesting. It was fun, a different kind of trip. Maybe I'll talk about it. Well, I can talk about it now. It was an interesting trip. It was really, really busy in New York. So I'm not used to like the big crowds and the really long lines. So it was a little bit much for me, but I had a good time. It was a really cool experience. And New York at Christmas is pretty magical. I mean, I don't celebrate Christmas, but I love to like see the lights, and people are just in such a good mood, and there's like a nice sort of vibe to the city. So that was really lovely. The weather was freezing though. I was not expecting it to be as cold as it was. So that was not one of my favorite parts of the trip, but I'll maybe talk about it too in my haul video about what we did and how we spent our time there. So that is your eye makeup done. I won't put my glasses on right away. I tend to want to finish my face first just because mine are so big, they get in the way of my blush and stuff. So we will keep on going with the rest of the face, but that's the eyes done. And for me, again, the eyes are the only thing that are a little bit different, that I sort of change up if I'm not wearing my glasses. I won't sort of intensify them as much if it's just a day look. But the rest of my face, again, I use whatever products I want because I have my glasses on all day, so I don't really worry about transfer or like dents or what have you. So the next thing I do once I'm all done is I'll do a bit of a contour, and the contour bronzer, if you want, that I use is my Chanel in number 40, I think it's 40 actually, 40. And then my MAC 169 brush, which is just this guy. And so tap in a little bit of product. And obviously if you don't have a veil like I do, you'd go all the way up to your ear, but I'm not going to go all the way over there and you won't see it. So I'm going to start right here and then just work it. You want to sort of do the most intense part right up at the top, like just really push all that product there and then blend. And so a lot of people will just blend to the middle of the eye. Because I'm not using a whole ton of product, I like to blend it all the way up, sort of sculpt my entire cheekbone. That's the way I like to do it. So I don't know what this little thing is, but, and I have a little dot there. That was the other thing about New York. My skin did not react well to the city. I just broke out like nobody's business. And it's not even because like I didn't have all my face care products that I usually have, sort of like all my toners and cleansers, that kind of stuff. Same thing on the other side. But I don't know what it was. Like, it looked like at one point, it looked like I had the chicken pox. I swear to you. My face was a disaster. And they're those, like, not only is it not really pretty, but they hurt. So I don't know what it was, but New York did not suit my skin very much. And then I'll just usually take whatever's excess to blend, to do the contour sort of on my chin. Again, I don't want anything too drastic, so whatever's just left over, I'll just contour and blend out. That's that. I alternate between doing highlighter first and blush first, depending on what products I'm using and how I feel that day. I'm going to do highlighter first. So this one is Soft and Gentle by MAC, which is, again, one of my favorites. I think this is actually going to be in my January favorites. And I'll take it on a Real Techniques multitask brush, which I just like the shape of. It's just, it fits that area really well. So just a little bit, and then I'll pop it on up here and blend out. This guy, I don't know why, but every time I break it out, I've been trying to do a shop my collection for January, and just to rediscover, not like a 10 to pan challenge, because then I'll be here forever, and not buying new makeup just does not make me very happy for months on end. So I've just been trying to shop my collection and remember what I have. And I don't know why this one, every time, I'm taking a little bit on the Cupid's bow too. Every time I break it out, I love it again, all over again, and a lot. And it's nothing super special. It's just a little sort of bronzy highlighter, but it's just, it makes me really happy. So I love that. And then I'm taking my Burberry blush in Cameo Pink, if I can get it open, on a Real Techniques blush brush, and just putting that on. I like to do, like I said, on the apple and pull back. People have different ways they do their blush, but that's just me. So smile and put it. And I love the smell of these Burberry blushes. They're just so pretty. I want to say that this blush and the lipstick that I'm going to wear were both recommendations that I got from Natalie, or Flower Bomb 31. I'll link her down below. But I think there's a new term going around YouTube where every time you buy anything that Natalie suggests, you've been flower bombed. So yes, I've definitely been flower bombed on multiple occasions. And happily so. I love all the products that I've bought because of her. So put that on. And I'm not, I mean, for me it's not a shocking color, the color that I'm wearing on my lips, so I don't really need a whole ton of blush. But if you are wearing a really dark color, always remember to like intensify that contour and that blush just so that everything's a little bit even in terms of intensity on your face. And then the last step that I usually take to like blend everything in is I have my MAC, what is this, my 165, and I'll just use it to like blend everything nicely in. Let me know if you like these talk through videos more than the like sped up videos where I do voiceovers. I worry because they get really long. These are my favorite videos to watch. Like I like sitting there and talking with someone in real time, but if they're too long for you guys, let me know and we can, or I can film different ones too where I have voiceovers or what have you. So that's the face done. I will at this point put my glasses on so I can do my lips properly and to check that everything looks okay. Okay, so that's the face done. And for my lips, I'm going to line them with this NYX pencil in Citrine, which I've been loving. I've been loving these NYX pencils. I remember, I think it was MAC that brought out a whole line. I'm trying to do a lip liner and talk to you at the same time. It's a bad idea. Just one sec. They brought out a whole line of liners over the summer. I think it was with the Retro Matte collection. And I was gonna go and buy them. And then they're like $25 a pop, I think. And so I was like, that's just really expensive for a bunch of lip liners. And now I went online and everyone talks really highly of the NYX ones. So I was like, well, let's just go with that. So, and I've been loving them. They're really nice and creamy. I think you get a little less product because they're a little shorter than the MAC ones, but I want to say they're no more than $5. I could totally be wrong, but I think that they're no more than $5. So they're great. So this is the other thing that I was flower bombed with. It's the Rouge Allure Velvet from Chanel in number 45, La Dorée. I don't know why I said that so weird, but it's part of their spring collection, which again, it seems really early to me to be bringing out spring stuff, but with colors like this, I'm not complaining. So again, I'm just gonna put that all over my lips and I could wear this sheerly. Like, I just keep going back and forth because I like a nice little opaque color. But you can wear it pretty sheer as well. And it is super creamy, which is nice, especially in the winter months when your lips are super dry. So that is the finished look. I hope you liked it. I hope sort of these little tiny tips, for whatever they're worth, were helpful. Don't hesitate to thumbs up and leave comments. It just makes my day to see those likes and those comments that I get to respond to. As always, let me leave you with 3 things I am grateful for today. So the first is that I got to sleep in. It's been a really rough week of being back at work, and getting up at 6 in the morning is really not fun. So getting to just take my time and sleep in today was absolutely lovely. The second thing that I am grateful for is getting to sit down and film. It seemed like forever, even though it's only been a couple weeks, but it just sort of made my day and gave me something to look excited to look forwards to and be excited about. And the third thing that I am grateful for today is some new music that I found. I will link my favorite video of his below, but he does like power metal, I guess, which sounds really weird and really intense, but it's not. My favorites of his obviously are sort of contemporary or modern songs that I know that he's flipped a little bit, but I've been listening to like his songs on repeat for the past week, and it's been giving me that kind of push, you know, the push that only like really great music can give you to like amp you up. So yeah, those are my 3 things. Let me know what you guys are thankful for this week, and as always, let me remind you that life is too short to wear boring lipstick. Bye guys!